What is up, everybody? It is Thursday, almost led with it's Friday because it kind of feels like it might be a Friday. This is what we're going to do today. I haven't figured out actually in what order we're going to talk about things. So I think what we'll do is play the theme song and then see where I'm at after.
Well, the top side streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball.
All right, GM. Let's see who's here. Veronica's here. We the people. Boylan, F and Nico, Matic, Otto, DJ Local, Anthony Reagan. Chewy's in the house. Who else? Chewy against a chunk. JP's in the house, and he is still here, baby. Brent's here. Andre, Dr. Dunks, Weisberg, Garen's in the house. A deep threat in early morning appearance. Hamy's here. Mark, Regulator, J Bus, Maddie Harrison, Sneep. D Rose up in here. Who else? Yotza, Brenton, Superluminal, Zach, dude, just keep taking those victory laps on those Cavs, man. I got to take the L here. There we go. Chico up in the house. Snoopaloop. Who else is? Did I get everybody? There we go. Big ticket. Amy's 79 in the rare contender. Let's go. Diamond in the house as well. A lot of people up here in the morning. Good to see everybody. Also, I just received a donation. Oh my God, dude. All right, we'll talk about Movember in a little bit too. Carlos here. Regulator says I suck at so rare, but good news, Regulator. You won a cool cat set a couple weeks ago, so you're pretty good. Fernandez in the house to do some bing bong talking a little bit. A couple of programming things before we get into it. If you haven't liked the stream yet, you're an asshole. So like the stream, subscribe to the Discord. We'll be back at noon today with Big Ticket and Jay Light talking some football. I think what we should do is talk about it now because I feel like the chat's like expecting me to talk about it, and then if we just wait like an hour after covering basketball, people are going to be a little feisty about it. So God, I'm gonna need coffee. It's gonna be an ember day. I also would like to congratulate myself for surviving my first cancellation attempt. I think it was a pretty big day for us. Clearly, it got to the point that it was bad enough that Greg texted me, and he was like, "Hey, man, you know you're getting some pushback to the tweet right now." So that's how you knew. That's how you knew there were some issues going on. I want to clarify some thoughts on that because I feel like some of it might have been taken out of context, and some of it's because the people are dumb, and some of it's because I probably could have done a better job clarifying. My frustration has been consistent and the same throughout. Actually, before we even do that, I just like nothing but love to a lot of the people who found themselves in a precarious situation last night. Finding out, I'm sure they probably only found out like an hour before we did that they no longer were in a position of employment, and that is a terrifying thing to feel. And then to see it be talked about publicly is probably not a thing that they're into either, that they would like. So glass half full, I would say you're going to be much better off in a few months. I think wherever you land next, because you're all a bunch of talented people, you are no longer going to have to deal with the dumpster fire that is. And Dapper. And a lot of people have been like, "Hey, man, dude, I don't know if you're familiar. I don't know if you're familiar, man, but a lot of people think A lot of people think you don't know what layoffs are. And it's like, yeah, dude, I get that companies do layoffs. I'm very familiar with what a layoff situation is. Um, Mike saying it's more complex because you're at a team event. You didn't even get a chance to process it. Yeah, I actually felt I had a whiff of this before the event happened. So let me clarify the tweets for a second. When I say, I don't really want to pull them up, but I want to make sure I can reference what I'm talking about here. So when I say, here it is, the chaotic Dapper leadership will continue to be the only thing staying in the way of NBA Top Shot success. Today was a reminder of that. I was pretty clear with my words choice there, and intentional. I said Dapper leadership. I didn't say Top Shot leadership. The second tweet referenced some of the Top Shot leadership. This is the Dapper leadership that I'm talking about, and this is the same thing. It's the same thing over and over again. And I understand people are like, dude, layoffs happen. 22% is like a pretty big chunk. I would say it's a pretty big chunk of your organization, your operation. So I feel like we're allowed to have, like we're allowed to raise a hand and be like, hey, I'm a little concerned about the direction of the company. And I'm talking about like all of the things that have happened. Like, just think about it, dude. Think about the leadership from the top over the course of the last year, right? We see him every 5 or 6 months. Rohan will come up and he'll be like, hey, truckload of flow. Hey, Champions Club. Hey, and we'll just like say all of these things that now put their team, their staff, their company in a position of on their heels of like having to try to make something happen that probably wasn't discussed, that probably wasn't well thought out. And we know that's the case. We know that's the case, not by guessing, not by just assuming, but by the lack of follow through by the team. Probably because it was like, hey, man, how are we going to do a fucking truckload of flow? How are we just going to give away flow to everybody? Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's that type of behavior. It's that type of atmosphere. It's that type of community that you have built as a team that makes it just incapable of success. That's chaotic. You can't just do things like that. And unfortunately, what happens is the people that are doing the work, the people that are putting themselves out there day to day, are the ones that get penalized by that stuff, the ones that lose their job by that stuff. And maybe it did hit a little too close to home because I was working an event for NBA Top Shot, for the team captains. The one thing that they've done well this year, like, again, I know I said this a little bit last night on Shot Tank in a very chaotic manner, but if we zoom out for a second, and I want, like, please tell me I'm wrong if you think I'm wrong, but if we zoom out and we say, hey, what's like the one thing that's kept us going? What's been the one thing that Top Shot has done that's like, you know what? They are making some progress. There is some fun that's happening. It is community. It's not about the market or whatever. I mean, tell me. It's the fucking captains, right? It's the team captain program. That, way back when the market first like dipped, people used to say to Team Hold or to some of us that were like, hey, dude, thanks for continuing to do content when the market was down. Otherwise, I don't know if we'd be here, right? And then, like, you think about that a little bit and you're like, okay, so should a content creator be the reason that you're staying within a platform? No, probably not. So what Top Shot has done, I'm not saying they took that from us. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that they found a way to continue to not only engage with the people that are still here while things might not be great, but a way for you to feel like connected to this group of people so that you're not just like checking the market all the time. You're like, hey, you know what? Maybe things are down, but I just get to go hang out with a bunch of Knicks and Hawks fans, have a couple of drinks, and then go into a game and watch the game. Right? Like that is a great thing to create. And the person that was in charge of that, the person that was making that happen, who probably should have been overseeing 5 other people, right? 5 other, like, the fact that one person was running the entire captain's program instead of having a slew of other people taking care of the captains, right? I mean, like, one person, 30 teams or whatever it is. That's nuts. That person's no longer there. And so it makes me question when the leadership, the chaotic Dapper leadership, makes these decisions to get rid of people, like are they even connected? Do they even have a pulse of what not only like our community as in the collectors, the people engaging with the platform, but also the community at Top Shot, the people that work there? Do they even have a clue of like what the heartbeat of all of this is? And I would say no. I would say no. And then the second thing, also, Red Dad said, so can I blame Team Hold for keeping me around and spending the money? Yeah, dude. Not financial advice, but yes. I now want to address the second part because I think a lot of people took maybe not. Again, maybe this is more my fault than their fault. Because again, Greg texted me, so clearly it was bad. Right? Listen, let's start with this. We're pro mental health here. And if this is I would like to think I've talked about mental health enough on these shows or in the Discord or in my everyday life that anyone that is aware of Team Hold and the stuff that we do, you know that. You know that. So, of course, I want anyone who's struggling. We're fucking running a Movember campaign for the second year in a row. Yes, we're pro mental health. Yes, I understand the GIF that the GM tweeted out was in regards to mental health, saying, I'm still here. Yes, go get help. But that doesn't change the fact that the person that was in charge didn't have the self-awareness or the emotional intelligence to know that doing something like that 16 hours before like 22% of your company is laid off. And I've seen a lot of people being like, hey, maybe she didn't know she's been on leave. So you're telling me who decided to make those cuts in Top Shot? You think Roham? You think Roham, who we see here from once every 6 months, is like, you know what, dude? Let's get rid of the social team. You think that's who made that call? You don't think there was any? So if you were smart enough to call that out, being like, maybe she's on leave, you're telling me you can't figure out, you can't, I just won't, I won't hear that. So I get the understanding of being like, people were like, Mike, you went out there, dude, and you took that GIF and used it out of context. No, I was aware of the context. I was aware of the context. I cannot imagine whether I no longer work at Dapper because I was laid off or I still work at Dapper. I can't imagine seeing what has been displayed on social media like that a day before something like that happens and then being like, you know what? Crazy. That's fine. Everything's fine. Like, I can't imagine thinking that. I think to think that I am slamming mental health or am not against mental health. And but you know what, dude? And this goes back to what we were saying before, where like if you say anything critical on Twitter, you're like either for or against. And it goes back to that. I do think it could have come over Roham. 100% Roham calls. He oversees all of. No. I totally get it was Roham's call. I'm not saying it was Janie's call or Dave's call or Malik's call to do layoffs. I'm not saying that. Of course it was Roham's call, but I don't think Roham was like, JP and Carey, those are the two that have to go. That's nuts if he was in a room by himself making that call. And if he was making that call for this $1 billion, whatever the valuation is, like, come on. So that's what I'm saying. Yes, of course. And people are like, oh, are you really blaming Janie? No, I'm not blaming Janie for the layoffs. I'm not blaming Janie. I'm not blaming Dave. I'm not blaming Malik. That's not what I'm doing. But to think that the general managers of these organizations found out an hour before is disillusional or delusional. I don't know. Weisberg says it's difficult because this is nuanced. I think the difficult part is Janie's stuff is public right before the layoffs are announced. Yeah. It is nuanced. And I wish I could say, I want to say more on that. I want to say more on that. It was a dumb tweet and she deleted it for that reason. Yeah. That's fine. If I say something fucked up, but I'm like, hey, I deleted it. It's fine. Does that make it okay? Does that mean I no longer said something fucked up? I don't know. I feel like I was just saying the quiet part loud and people didn't like that. It bums me out. It bums me out. And listen, this isn't I'm not trying to like victory lap any of this, man. It sucks. It sucks. But we've been saying the same shit for what, a year? And I love the movie Remember the Titans. But like that quote, attitude reflects leadership, Captain. I mean, until you fix the top, nothing else is going to change. Nothing else is going to change. And again, I don't think this is about leadership. This is about leadership. I was going to say it's not an individual person, but it is. It's like Roham. That's chaotic. That's chaotic leadership, man. That's chaotic leadership. At some point, like years from now, or maybe not, because this is all burned to the ground and nobody will care. We'll get some sort of doc. We'll get a doc. We'll get a book. Somebody will write something. And then I'll probably be interviewed and they'll be like, hey, did you have insider information? Is that how you knew everything was so fucked up? But anyways, I was bummed out yesterday, man. I was bummed out yesterday. And it's maybe because I have had the privilege and the opportunity to get to know some of the people that actually do the work there, the people that are actually on the ground doing some of this stuff. And some were affected and some were not affected. And I've got some like pretty good relationships with people, and I've got some like not so great relationships with people. And it feels like the wrong people were impacted. Well, no, it's not. This is because it's not Top Shot. It's any company like the problem's at the top, but we start at the bottom to fix it. That's a societal thing that's broken. All right. Weisberg says I have a lot of thoughts, but the core to me is I feel awful. Yeah, of course. Of course. Stachunk says took 3 weeks off and the world is upside down. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, listen, if my tweet offended you, no, I'm not apologizing. I'm sorry you didn't get it. Wow. It's just wild times, man. Wild times. I'm trying to make sure I got all my thoughts out on that. We are going to talk basketball in a second. I just want to make sure, because I don't want to have to do this 10 more times. Because I don't, God, would rather talk about more fun stuff, I want to talk about more fun stuff. I heard from a couple of people that was like, well, don't worry, man. Dapper's like, you're oh wait, Tandy says your hot water tweets add to my enjoyment of the male soap opera. Thank you for your service. Yeah. I just love the idea that they're like, man, like, dude, why would you say something like that? Why, for the person, as a person who covers their product, why would you say something like that? Why would you talk about what happened? As someone, that's like literally what we do here is we talk about their product. And then you're like, why would you, just because I didn't say something flowery, just because I didn't say like, hey, you know what? Actually, I think Roham did a great job cutting people. Yeah. Clip it, ship it, and we all move on. JP says, fuck it, we ball thuckers. Anyways, good stuff. Craziness. This got people back to the show though. So I wonder if people thought I was gonna come in here and this would be my last show. I wonder if people thought that. Let's get another sip in here. What's worse, Mike's Dapper takes or his Donovan Mitchell takes? Well, we're taking a huge L on Donovan Mitchell. Look at that pivot right there. You guys want to talk some hoops? Let's do it. And then we'll fucking build some so rare lineups. How about that? Let's take a look. Wow, my Twitter notification just blew up a little bit. Oh no, it's fine. You know what we should do? Because it was such a weird event in the sense that all this information comes out as we're like, hey, what's up, guys? Collectors, IRL. The shout out to the Hicks. Shout out the Knicks and Hawks communities for putting on that incredible event last night. It was fun. I would say, I don't know, maybe like 40 or so came through. Then a handful of us went to the game. why don't we start with that game, even though I was going to start with Cavs Celtics, but just because I was at that one. So the Hawks won 112-99 against the Knicks, and DeJounte Murray went for 36, 9 and 4 with 5 steals. DeAndre Hunter had 21. Trey only had 17 and 7 on the Knicks side of thing. Jalen Brunson had 20 and 5, and everybody else was pretty bad. But it was wild, man. The Knicks got up big early. And you could tell, like, at one point, there was a dude sitting like 4 rows in front of us that, like, as the Hawks started making a run, just yelled like scoreboard. And then I saw a tweet. The Hawks went on a 67-25 run. It was wild. So that was pretty funny to witness that in person, especially because I don't really like either of those teams. So it was just fun watching someone fail aggressively like the Knicks did. And in honor of that, to lighten the mood a little bit, although maybe depending unless you're a Knicks fan.
Regular season Randall.
It was bad. JP and Settlement had to be a fun crowd. Yeah, JP's the best. JP's wife Nat was there. Settlement was there. Shout out Jack Settlement. Did some content for the team. He came on at the end of the show. But yeah, also about the Hicks. I did it again. The Hawks and Knicks community. We did a live stream from the event, and we gave away an Emmanuel Quickly, who I think Ryan Zake won, a legendary moment. We gave away Patrick Ewing run it back, and then we also gave away a Knicks duo. And what's cool about that is it's the Hawks community who bought all of those. The Hawks community bought all those moments, which is pretty sick. All right, let's get into that Cavs-Celtics game, though. Hey, listen, fingers crossed, we need a playoff series between the Cavs and the Celtics. Did I say Cavs Hawks? We're all over the place today. We need a playoff series between Cavs and Celtics. They played 2 incredible games, both going to overtime. Cavs took both of them. Darius Garland returned, and I think there was a report that came out that Darius Garland was going to play quick bursts, like a little 4 or 5 minute segments. Wasn't going to be in full minute load. Darius Garland played 42 minutes last night. I think he's fine. Garland had 29 and 12 in his first game back after that eye injury. I hadn't seen Darius Garland since, the eye injury. And then when they were interviewing after the game, I'm like, oh yeah, man, he looked like he got popped. So shout out Garland for balling. Donovan Mitchell still played well, 25 and 6. And then on the other side, Jaylen Brown, man. Jaylen Brown had 38 and 4, and then Tatum had 26 and 12, and then Jared Allen had 14 and 14. That an incredible set of games between the two of them. Cavs are the real deal, man. Cavs are the real deal. I thought they were going to be good this year. I thought they had top 4 potential, and then I thought they would flame out in the playoffs. They look legit. The fact that they have these 2 dynamic playmaking guys in the backcourt who maybe aren't the best defenders, but still have these stout defenders behind them, it's going to be pretty good. So if you're a Cavs fan, like our man Zach in the chat, I know he's probably balling. Zach Schrock's balling right now with the Cavs. I think, Zach, are you also DraftKings guru in the Discord? Because good stuff, man. Good stuff. Happy for you guys. Happy for the Cavs. Make the East even more competitive. I love it. That Tatum dunk at the end of the game was incredible. Should have been an and one. Yeah, I know. Jay Light saying the Garland thing was tilting. It was, man. Because I did not think he was going to be playing that much. Does Tatum defer too much at the beginning of games? I don't know, man. Regulator, maybe, but it's hard to say Tatum is deferring when he's averaging almost 30 points a game. I would go the other way, that I feel like the Celtics need someone else to do something. I mean, every game, it seems like 60 points come from Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So I would argue it's that side. Brent said, Cavs did a great job building their roster this offseason, basically the opposite of what the T-Wolves did. T-Wolves, man. All right, let's keep it moving. Wizards, Sixers. I didn't realize Embiid was out again. I was off the NBA news yesterday because I was at that live event. I did not realize Embiid sat again. So anybody who was cashing or putting in your Embiid MVP tickets preseason is looking a little rough right now if he's already missed half of the games or a third of the games. Wizards won 121-111. The Porzingis had 30 and 9. Bradley Beal 29 and 5. Maxi's continuing to cook with Embiid off the floor. He had 32, and then James Harden had 24 and 10. So you can't be losing to the Wizards, man. I think the Sixers are 3 and 4. Tough night for Philly, huh? No hit, and then that as well. Great Kyle Schwarber interview, by the way, at the end of the game. That was really good stuff. Need Brogdon to be the guy for the Celtics? Yeah. I don't have too many takes about the Wizards Sixers, except for like, I don't know. Part of me is just enjoying watching the world burn with some of these teams. And if the Lakers are going to start winning games, like we'll talk about a little bit later, we need someone to start losing games. And if it's going to be Sixers, let it be, let it be. Also, you know what we should do? We should fire up a giveaway. We got people here. We're gonna bring the vibes back a little bit. Let's bring the vibes back. Let's do a little giveaway here. I promise it won't be a floor trade ticket this time. Let's you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this one. JP the God. Here we go. There we go. Well, so you wanna qualify for a giveaway today. Let's like the stream. You got to subscribe to Team Hold if you haven't done so yet, and then you got to put hashtag JP the God for a shot at winning something spicy. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but it'll be spicy. It'll be spicy. So there we go. Look at that. Look at that. You see that, JP? The God. JP. Once I start making money, I'm looking forward to paying JP someday. But I probably should try to pay myself first. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving. That's 2 games. We got more to go. The Heat Kangs. The Heat were without Jimmy Buckets last night. Tyler Hero, who we were nervous. Oh, we did a hero drop, actually. We do need a hero drop. I know Veronica was asking for it earlier. So once I find it. One thing that's been pretty interesting about Tyler Hero, and I don't know if this is I don't know if it's because PJ Tucker's no longer there and they have like Caleb Martin at the 4 or whatever. Tyler Hero's getting like a lot of rebounds. This is like his 3rd game, I think, with double-digit rebounds. But he went 26 and 12. Bam had 20 and 11, and you finally got a Kyle Lowry is alive game. Kyle Lowry had 22 and 7. So good to have Kyle Lowry back since he's been MIA this year. The Kings were still without our man, De'Aaron Fox, but Sabone Bone had 22 and 12. We had Kevin Squirter with 22 points. So it's good to see like the Kings hanging. Kings have lost a lot of close games to good teams. So I'm sure Kings fans, shout out Chewy, are a little bummed right now about the start of the season. But, you're still cooking. You guys are still cooking. I still believe in you guys long term. But you do have to start turning it around soon because the West really is just jumbled together. We're going to talk about the Hawks Knicks. Dude, the Bulls-Hornets game, I did not pay attention to. Did not look or read anything about it. But what I did do is check the box score. Literally nothing to talk about. Kelly Oubre scored 24. Vucci Main had 14 and 13. Bulls won 106-88. But I think this game was just like so far out that out of contention. Like no one put up like 20 points. Everybody scored like 14 for the Bulls. It was kind of a weird game. No one was saying, do you know if Fox is out for the next game? So what they said about Fox is that they ruled him out, but it was more of a day-to-day thing. They were going to reevaluate the next day, but it sounded like it was nothing serious, which is good. So he might miss another game or 2, but I think there was concern that it might have been a real bad injury, and it's not. It's not. So that is a good sign. Oh, God, that Ember thing is the best, guys. Again, Ember, I need a promo code, man. I need a promo code so you guys can get pissed at me shilling something else. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I don't want to talk about the Bulls and Hornets. I'm glad the Bulls won a game that they should win. Congrats. Clippers, Rockets. This one was a little spicier. I don't know. Ever since I dunked on Paul George, he kind of came around and started scoring points. Wait, D-Rose said, plenty to talk about. Bulls win easily with Levine and DeMar with off nights. That's a good sign for the Bulls. Yeah, no, it was. The Bulls won a game they were supposed to win. So I'm glad that they were able to do it. Ooh, we get a little sunshine. Look at the spotlight. I'm in the spotlight. Actually, it's hard to find it. All right. What did I say? Clippers, Rockets, 109-101. Yeah, Paul George, he had that big game the other night. He had 28 and 5 last night. Also, Marcus Morris with 21 and 10. I feel like we haven't seen a Marcus Morris game in a while. I know he started injured, but Kevin Porter Jr. had 22, 7 and 7. Also, Şengün. Albert Şengün finally got a start and played like meaningful starters minutes, and he balled. 26 and 13. And then Jalen Green, a little bit of a better shooting night, nothing crazy, but had 22 real life points. So there you go. There you go. Milwaukee Bucks Pistons. So Milwaukee and Detroit played the other night, and it was a really close game. And then Milwaukee was like, hey, BT Dubs, we're much better than you. 116-91. Giannis had 32 and 12. Drew Holiday had a really good game with 26-7. And then Team Hold Zone. Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey with 22. But easy dubs there. Weisberg said the Kyrie apology just read in full. Holy fuck, is it bad? Throwing cash and not actually saying you were wrong. Sorry. Yeah. I'm glad they finally made some sort of statement. It was kind of weird how quiet it was over there. I'm glad they made a statement. I haven't read the full thing yet. I just saw that he was like, my bad. Here's $500,000. That was kind of all I saw. So I'm sure this won't be the last of it because Kyrie gonna Kyrie. All right, a handful of games left here. Raptors 143, Spurs 100. What? The Spurs were without both Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson. So I think I was in the starting five. I was in the starting rotation. What do we got here? But from the Raptors side, I think, dude, Pascal Siakam again, man, again with Siakam. He had 22, 11, and 10. Another triple double. Siakam is balling. Probably would have had more if they weren't up by 40. Yeah, Jump Shoot said big body killed my So Rare team. I know, same. So Rare was pretty bad. I mean, yeah, my So Rare lineups are pretty bad as well. Speaking of which, hey, I'm going to drop a link into the So Rare, and I know all you Top Shot stands are going to get pissed off, be like, all right, shill it again. If you haven't signed up for So Rare yet, and you do so with our link that we just posted into the chat, I'm going to see if I can pin that there. Oh no, I got to stop the chat. There we go. I'm going to pin that message. If you haven't signed up yet, sign up now and you get, what do you get? 20 free common cards right away. And you can play for free. You don't have to spend money on shit if you don't want to. But if you do buy a couple of things, if you buy 5 things off the marketplace, you get a 6th one free. We've also been doing a lot of So Rare content recently. So if you're into it, we got some stuff for you. All right, let's keep going. Mavs Jazz, we had a close one. The Jazz finally fall. The Mavericks won 103-100. Jordan Clarkson had 22 and 8. Sexton had 19 off the bench. Lauri Markkanen came back to earth and sucked a fat one. Christian Wood off the bench, another dub, 21 and 10. Chewy says is the buy 5 get 1 free only with your code. Yes, sir, Chewy. Yes, sir. Top Shot stands, you should try it. It's super fun. Yeah, guys, you can do both. Okay. All right. Anyways, Luka 33 and 11 and 5. It's funny. I feel like because Luka didn't go like 40, 10 and 9, we're like, well, kind of off game from Luka. But Luka had 33, 11 and 5. Spencer Dinwiddie with 20. Good win from the Mavs, though. That was a good one from the Mavs, especially because the Jazz have been feisty. Jazz are feisty. So that's a good one. Yeah, Luka's cooking, man. Luka, you know what? Let's give a freaking drop, baby.
Luka magic.
That drop is so good. Gnome said Wood for 6th man of the year. Yeah, man. If he keeps putting up these monster double doubles and they keep winning, that's a dub. Yeah, drop City this morning. All right, what else do we have here? Only a couple games left. Wow, we're moving through things. 106. I watched a lot of this game. This was a fun one. Desmond Bane, dude, missed one game and he came back and he's like, still Desmond Bane. 29, 8 and 5. Most improved. Maybe he gets the actual most improved this year instead of Ja, who got it last year and then gave it to him. Moran had 29 and 7. And then Adams had a little game. I love when we get a throwback game like this where it's Adams versus Nurk, like just some big boys. D Rose, I'm going to talk about So Rare once we wrap this up too. Third player ever to have 7 straight 30-point games to start the season alongside Wilt and MJ. Dude, how nuts is that? That anytime I saw Worldwide Wob, Rob Perez tweet this out last night, but it's like anytime we see a big stat come out, it's always like that player and then Wilt Chamberlain like 10 times. It is so crazy. Wilt the stat god. On the Blazers side of thing, Grant had 23, 5 and 3. Nurk with 23 and 13, and then Anthony Simons with 31 and 8. Yeah, Anthony Simons also most improved. That could be there too. If you're, you know what, good win for the Grizzlies because it was in Portland, right? If you're a Blazers fan too, I think this is a pretty good sign. The Grizzlies are good. They're mostly healthy outside of Jaren Jackson Jr. You're without Dame. you're without Dame, and they still like hung really tough against them. So I thought that was a great game. A great game by Portland. Like both fan bases should feel good about that. And then last but not least, buried the lead. I got tagged in the Discord by Dustin at like 2 a.m. about it. Lakers 120-117. I watched the fourth quarter of this game. Zion finished with 27 and 7. CJ had 22, 9 and 8. Lonnie Walker had 28. Anthony Davis 20 and 16. LeBron 20, 10 and 8. And then Russ had 13, 9 and 8. Dude, listen, they've won 2 games, so let's not freak out. But Russ on the bench playing like 22 to 27 minutes a game, kind of playing in spurts, missed a little bit of crunch time. I don't know. Maybe they found like the right mix of players. Of course the Pels were without Ingram, so that hurts them a little bit. But man, what a great game. Down the stretch, the Pels had this one. The Pelicans were up 3 with like 10 seconds left. They drew up a great play. The Pels defense was like shoddy on that, but they drew up a great play for Lonnie Walker in the corner, and he brick citied it. Dyson Daniels, the rookie, who played really well, grabbed a board. Then they fouled him. 1.8 seconds left, and he goes, brick. 2 bricks in a row from Dyson Daniels. I'm sure that hurt. They get the rebound, and then Matty Ice Ryan hits a corner 3 to send it to overtime, and then overtime, that was a wrap. Oh, we got a Bandy sighting. What's up, big fella? Good win for the Lakers, though. They should feel good. They're starting to hit threes, right? The shooting variance is starting to even out a little bit. They're not going like 4 for a million every game. So like LeBron looks good. We talked about Anthony Davis on So Rare specifically, but I know everyone's scared of his back and just injuries and thumbnails and stuff like, not thumbnails, hangnails and stuff like that. So I get it. I get it that AD could get hurt at any minute, but man, he's playing really, really good this year. He's playing really, really good this year. And listen, it is fun watching the Lakers suck. And I don't think they're all of a sudden going to be a great team. But I don't know. They're going to be more competitive. And if they have to stay healthy. They have no room for error in that situation. But good to see. Good to see if you're a Lakers fan. Let's pull up the standings a little bit, see how things shifted around yesterday. I know it's still super early. Also, remind the people, you're going to like the stream, subscribe to Team Hole, put hashtag JP the God into the chat for a shot at winning a little giveaway. But let's go over to we'll check out the ESPN standings and then see what's going on over there. And then we'll talk some like actual mechanic Top Shot stuff before we get out of here. Or we're going to talk some So Rare as well. Lakers won't reach the playoffs, says Nick. Nicky just joined too, because he was like, let me get in this giveaway. Lakers won't join the playoffs. I'm here for that. All right, looking at the standings, Bucks still the best of the East, even though the thumbnail that I created says differently. Cavs are 6-1 here. Then we get the Raps at 5-3. Raps, I'm telling you, Raps are going to be feisty. Hawks are 5-3. Celtics are 4-3. Bulls get above 500. The Wiz move to 500. Sixers drop below 500. Heat 4-5. Knicks right there at 3-4. And then you got Pacers, Hornets, the laughable, lovable, not lovable Brooklyn Nets. Then you got Detroit basketball, Orlando Magic. And then when we look at the West, Suns keep rolling, man. Suns keep rolling. Pretty funny. Look at JP. One more sign up for So Rare. Let's go, baby. Phoenix Suns, dude, the funniest thing, I saw a great tweet like Jay Crowder out there doing push-ups on Instagram while his former team is 6-1. I can't believe Jay Crowder's not on this team. Blazers 5-2. You get the Jazz, Grizzlies, Spurs, Nuggets, Pels, Thunder, Mavericks, T-Wolves, then Clippers, Warriors, Lakers, Kangs, and Rockets. Man, the West is going to be a jumbled mess. Justin says, I'm late. Has Mike been canceled yet? I don't know. You decide. But yeah, this is going to be a jumbled mess. I love it, though. I'm here for it. All right. People were talking about the challenge. Is that live on Top Shot, or that doesn't go live until like a half hour from now? Or are the challenge people still there? Maybe we are the ones, since they let go of 22% of the organization, that maybe we are the ones that have to now start to ping the Discord to be like, challenge is live. We're going to go over here and look at NBA Choppy Shotty. Let's look at the challenges. Active. Earn a Jalen Green. This ends in 6 hours. All right, so let's see how we can do it. Earn a Jalen Green. How do you do it? How do you do it? Complete the hybrid path, which requires adding 3 rare moments and burning 1 Jalen Green. Complete the crafting path, which requires burning 10 moments, or complete the cheat code, which requires adding 1 Jalen Green and hollow icon. So people are asking if what the reward is going to be, like how much it's going to be. Listen, guys, I'm not in the projecting business because, as we've seen with the most recent Kevin Durant, I'm not going to go out there and tell you how much this thing's going to be because it'll be whatever. I think $10 less than that. What I would say is, if you are excited about the opportunity of getting that moment for your collection, in the words of Treaticus, Lord Treaticus on Twitter, hey man, if you really want that moment, you got to get out there. You got to grab the moments. You got to decide, is that enough money for me to get that moment? And if it is, click, click, click. There you go. Lock it in. Sign it up. That moment's yours now. But guess what? If you don't want it, take that phone, put that phone down, and go have a nice little sip of coffee, because you don't have to get that challenge. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out Treaticus, man. A nice break. A nice break for some levity. Some levity. It's a fun follow. He's a fun follow. Even if he's delusional, it's in a beautiful way. To the House said, sold a rim shaker I bought for $3 for $5. I'll take the W. You know what that means, To the House? If you've bought something for $3 and flipped it for $5 and made 80 cents after the Dapper fee.
We are from the city and on the big step, hey, big step. Gonna flip for $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there.
Yo, was that video wild? That video, was that weird for you, or was that just a connection issue for me over there? Ooh, Paul said he unsubscribed. Paul, dude, miss having you, man. R.I.P. Paul. We'll miss you. We'll miss you, Paul. This intro is lit. Yeah, the big ticket video is a fan favorite. That's probably one of the best things that we've ever done. Shout out Rock and Roll for making that happen. That is truly one of our best videos. That's a lot of our videos need to be updated because of how bad we've been doing on Toppy Shotty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people want a mental health check too. Let's I think this is a good time to talk to Jacob, right? Is this a good time to talk to Jacob? Let's see. Here it is.
Hey man, I noticed that some of my series 2 moments, I spent a lot of money on them and it's not worth as much. So, Jacob, can you make it worth more?
Love to see it. Love to see it. Love a mental health break. Can we get a video bracket March Madness style? Yeah, maybe we can do that. Also, for the record, I'm pro treat. I'm pro Treaticus, guys. We're pro Treaticus here. All right, let's remind, what do we got? We got, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes left or so. This is the most drops I've seen since Top Shot was at Jay. Oh yeah, Jay Light's here too. Wait, Paul said, okay, I won't unsubscribe, but I would put a request to retire that lengthy impression of whoever that Twitter guy was, please. Because you don't like the Southern accent? Oh man, I thought that was pretty good. Paul, where are you from? Are you from the South? Is that why? Was that offensive to the South? Yeah, Jay Light and Big Ticket are returning today at noon to talk a little football. And it's a good thing we do a football show, because it seems like the Discord was ready to go through it all. They were ready to leave the Discord if we didn't talk about football today. So yeah, football will be back. Yeah, we already went through the games with the people. We literally just finished. But yeah, like the stream, subscribe. JP the God. Paul's from Detroit. All right, Paul, I got something for you then, Paul. I got something for you to win you back. You ready for this? You ready for this, Paul? Where is it? Bang.
Detroit basketball. Detroit basketball. You better
There we go. We get some Detroit basketball for you there, Paul. We're talking Phillies baseball and NBA DFS today. No, we're not. We'll get in trouble. We'll get in trouble if we do that. All right. What was the other thing I was gonna do? Are you guys doing the challenge? Are you guys doing the challenge today? Somebody asked me if it was plus EV today, and I just didn't. I didn't even look. I don't know. I haven't paid attention. I haven't paid attention. I'm gonna pop over to So Rare here for a second, just so we can take a look at my teams. My teams are bad. My teams are bad. My vibes are bad. Everything's down. Everything's coming up Millhouse. We the injury bug bit us. Keldon Johnson missing some games was no good. Also Ben Simmons missing some games, so it's ugly. I will say though, guys, listen, if you are playing, regulator completed the challenge. There you go. Today is the last day for the current contest, right? So here we go. If we look at this, we'll go to live my teams. Here we go. These are my squads. These are my common squads. As you can see, I'm getting my teeth kicked in here. So we are going to miss the money in all of these, but today is the last day for the slate. And if we go to look at upcoming tomorrow they'll lock. I'll build one together right now. We'll build a contender that's like a salary capped one. So yeah, tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern time on Friday, we do a live before lock show. So we're going to take in some of the NBA injury news, try to take a peek at the weekend slate, and then try to build some lineups. And I found it to be very helpful, at least for my process, and at least, I don't know, force you guys to watch along. But here we go. So we can see Ja's got 2 games this weekend. KPJ's got 1. Keldon's got 2. Ben Simmons has 2. One other thing to say is, like, even because like Kevin Porter Jr. might only have 1 game, but Keldon has 2 games, it's just your best score from those games. It's just Paul says, okay, I'm still in. I'm just a cranky get off my lawn guy. I'm here for it, Paul. I'm here for it. But yeah, so they're like, you just take the best score. So even if they only have 1, it's okay. Yeah, people are talking about Dragic. We'll go look at Dragic, but I'll just build a lineup here just for a second to show you what it would look like. So let's see if we go Keldon. Ben Simmons' number keeps dropping, so I like being able to play him at 29. RJ Hampton, no longer really a good play. With Dame still out, I'm going to try to get Shaden Sharp. So now we have an average of 13. Might dip down to some like Javon Carter over here, and that leaves us with 19, and we could get someone like Jacques Landau. But we're not going to build that yet. Let's go over to the market. If you're new to the market too, here's the thing. There's 2 different ways. So there's new card auctions where So Rare slowly releases the moments that are coming out. As you can see, you could get Davis Bertans for $2. PJ Washington right there. Play the drop. Oh, well, you want another drop? Let's fucking play the PJ drop. An OG PJ drop.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
Bang, bang. Let's look at Dragic though. So you can also these are the actually, let's see. We can see what the auction price is going for. Dragic, sorry, I spelled that wrong. Here we go. So ending soon. All right, this is in 3 hours. So that's the nearest one, but there you go. Let's see what he actually is on manager sales, because that's a better feel for a player. Let's see. Oh God, I spelled it wrong again. That's wild. All right, and we'll go low ask, and let's only look at limited, right? Because there's different contests. Ooh, $9. We might be scooping that. A cap of 16 though. Cap's a little bit higher than I wanted. Why does Dragic look like Brad Miller? That's a great call, dude. That is a great call. He does kind of look like Brad. He looks like if Brad Miller and LG had a love child. I know. Time to stop calling moments. I know. I'm trying to get better at it. You'll notice, Amy, in my recorded stuff, I say cards. But when I'm doing it live and I'm just kind of paying attention to the chat and doing a lot, it's going to take a little while. Ooh, you snap! Just so I finished 11th. Well, there's still one more day, Stan. It ends tonight. It ends tonight. But yeah, pretty good. That's pretty good. I like the Dragic card call. But yeah, hey, if you were signing up for the first time, let me show you what you can do. So, right, I was saying you get those 20 free common cards. I said cards. You get the 20 free common cards. You can enter both of these common tournaments, the common contender and the common champion. You can't sell any of the common cards. You can't even buy any of the common cards. So you can only get them from winning in the contender and champion tournaments. However, in the champion one, if you finish in the top 1,000, you win a limited card. The limited cards you can sell. So the free stuff, I like that they have a free option. So we're not just like, go buy this. It's kind of fun. I need DeJounte for the art. Yeah, there you go, for the art. But anyways, man, we've been having a really good time with So Rare. It just it's been fun. It makes sense to me. It's just fantasy basketball, right? It's fantasy basketball. You buy it once, you can continue to do it. I have no idea what the market will look like in years from now. I don't have to project if they are going to tweet out weird stuff. I don't have, there's no one's posted any cigars. So it's been pretty good vibes over there. But yeah, having fun. Yeah, Jump Shoot says Jimmy Buckets. Let's look up Jimmy Buckets just for this is for the culture. No, this is my cards. I don't want to look at my cards. Manager sales. So who did we say? We're looking at Jimmy Buckets and then Kuz. Those are the two guys. All right, let's go. Butler. Look at Jimmy Butler, man. Dude, just balling. We love that one. Jimmy Butler. And then who was the other one? Or Kuz? The Kuz. They should put him in the sweater. Put Kuz in the sweater. Look at Kuz. Kuz is a model, baby. If you're buying for the oh, you know what? That is such a good palate cleanser. Listen, guys, when Top Shot feels down, they're going through a tough time right now, right? Right? 22%, weird vibes out there, a lot of uncertainty. But when we think about the uncertainty about the future of basketball NFTs, when Dapper feels like it's down, when Flow feels like they're in trouble, right? When the vibes are bad, we can always remember that the video clips that we own on the blockchain are not nearly as disgusting as the art created right here, right? I mean, look at this. Look at this beauty. Oh, Torrey Craig. Let's pronounce this in the way that we think it's written, right? Torrey Craig, right? Is that how it goes? Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig. Incredible. And the art. What I like about this is how the red fades into an orange in a way that it looks like I'm on an acid trip walking through the desert of Phoenix. Maybe that was intentional. Did you ever think about that? A lot of people don't like to read into the meaning of things. And maybe this is all about the Phoenix experience. It's not just about the utility of the NFT, but by owning this Torrey Craig NFT that's on the blockchain, it is yours, decentralized. You own it. It also reminds you that you are a part of Phoenix. Wow. That's really good. That's really, really good. Let's pull up one more because maybe this is just the swirls are actually toilet water. But you know what? Maybe this is just a one-off thing. Maybe they're not all that good, right? Maybe they're all not that sharp. Oops, I went too far. Let's go back. Maybe they're not all Torrey Craigs. Let's find another one. Let's sort by the most expensive. What's the most we could spend? High to low. Let's see. Oh, John Morant. You are my king. What's different about this one, though, is the ball is like literally on fire. Right? Like the balls are on fire on John Morant. This, honestly, what makes this so expensive, it's like the STD of NFTs. Do you know what I'm saying? The sexual transmitted disease of NFTs. John Morant had sex, picked up an STD, and now his balls are on fire. A lot of people don't talk about that. I actually think it's pretty brave what they're doing. It's pretty brave. Like, not a lot of NFTs are willing to talk about the safety and sexual transmitted disease. Let's actually, all right. Someone's saying, can we see recent sales? Matt, I'm afraid to do that. Let's look at Jokic. One more. Let's look at Jokic. I'm sure he's an expensive one too. All right, where's Nikola Jokic? How far do we have to? Oh, dude, we could get Jonas Valanciunas for 150 ETH right now. That feels like a good buy. Wow, Jokic isn't even near the top. What are we doing here? Do I have to sort by? I don't want to filter stuff. Are you kidding me? We could filter by background. God. Wait, is this how you guys came up with your name? Boards to buckets? Boards to buckets? All right, search by name. Let's search by name. Jokic. Nikola Jokic. Wow. Wow. Nikola Jokic. Look at that. Nikola Jokic famously plays with an arm sleeve. It's a pretty good one. Wow. That's really good, guys. Sorry, Paul. I love Web3. I love Web3. All right, here we go. Let's spin this thing. Can you believe we got to 54 minutes today? Can you dig it? All right, here we go. JP the God. Like the stream, subscribe. JP the God. For a chance at a moment, not a card. Speaking of which, though, if you are getting into those so rare streets, I did a video yesterday, a recorded one, not even a live one, diving into some cheap MVP opportunities. I'm doing a giveaway in there, so you got to watch the video to figure out what the giveaway is. But I am doing a giveaway for a so rare card. So go ahead and take a look at that. And then Friday, tomorrow, we'll give that away. We're up to 94 entrants. Look at us. All of a sudden, our numbers go up. All it took was a couple of wild tweets that people didn't like. Or maybe they did, like, I don't know. It's a divisive world. It's a divisive world out there. All right. Someone bought that job for 5 ETH. I can't believe. Listen, I shouldn't even dunk on those association NFTs because I flipped mine immediately. It was like a free $250 that I then put into a Top Shot moment that is now worth $40. So everyone loses. What do we, before we do the giveaway too, do I still have ESPN open? No, I don't. So let me pull up my NBA app on my phone. I'm curious what our schedule is for hoops tonight. I think we only have 2 games tonight, right? There's only 2. We get a light Thursday night. Yeah, Warriors Magic. Ooh, baby. And then Nuggets Thunder on NBA TV. Awesome. 2 sexy ass games. Let me see what we got for an NFL game today. Eagles Texans. Awesome. Guys, tonight, go to the movies. Go to the movies, okay? Because all of those games are going to suck. You can make an argument, SGA versus Jokic. I'd watch that. Warriors Magic. I guess if the Warriors lose this game to Orlando, then it's really scary. I do not want to watch Eagles Texans, not at all, especially a Brandon Cooks drama. No, thank you. No, thank you. Chicken Frog says, I got a cornet. Couldn't flip the green cornet, huh? Wow. All right, guys, let's spin this thing. Hey, we'll be back at noon with our buddies Big Ticket and Jay Light talking some foosball and apparently the World Series and NBA DFS. And then tomorrow we'll have the morning show. We won't have the football show because we're doing it today. And then at 5:30, we'll have a little happy hour so rare action. But that's it. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Everybody get off the internet today, okay? This is the only time you should be on the internet. 97 entrants. If you win this thing, shoot me a DM at Mike Zakarian on Twitter or in our Team Hold Discord. Sign up for So Rare. Give me your money. All right, the winner is Gino16. Gino or Gano. Could be either one. Gino16, congrats, man. Big dubs. I feel like this is your first win here. This is your first win. You get some 6 shades on. I'm loving everything about you, Gino. Shoot me a DM. Big dubs out here. Thanks, everyone, for being here. JP the God. We're out.
Well, the top shot streets are